Okay, part 2 of the series. Well, let's walk around this side here. Actually, part of me has a, I don't know if you can hear me, I keep covering the microphone. I gotta get out of that habit. Part of me has a slight nervousness that the building's in operation, but I don't think it is. You know what? Lights aren't on in there. It's just showing, it's sunlight coming through. I thought it was lights. What are these things? Whatever this building used to be. Oh, it says, what does it say? It says Polystar Products. Some sort of rubber tubing I think they used to either make or ship or something. Probably make. Look at this. Parking lot or paving that's being taken over again by the oh, there goes a bird and a butterfly. I don't know if you can see them. Paving being taken over by the nature. This is the kind of thing I love, when nature reclaims man-made areas. It's like a balance between nature and man-made structures. I always had a fascination with that. Can't read most of these things. Now, who's this? Is this a guy from The Simpsons? Looks kind of like the guy from Futurama to me, but I'm not sure. If anyone knows who that's supposed to be, feel free to leave a comment. Can't read most of the graffiti. It's very colorful though. That's very interesting. Oh, it smells nice over here. What kind of flowers are these? Very pretty flowers. And then there's this. Is that the same thing? I think so. Just not in bloom yet. Looks like whoever owns the property has been using this area to just throw fallen trees and brush and whatnot. Definitely couldn't drive through there. Not that you could anyway. They have it chained off in front, which I may show you in a later video. If anyone knows what those tubes are used for, feel free to leave a comment. I'm thinking maybe for snaking electric wire through the ground and whatnot, areas that it might not be a good idea to have electricity come in contact with moisture, but what do I know? Could be anything. I'll introduce myself a little later, but for now I figured I'd show you some cool stuff. Going to be attempting to be uploading probably on average one, maybe sometimes more video a day. God knows it takes long enough to build up subscribers without making it take even longer by only uploading a video every 3-5 months like some people do. Nothing against them. I know they have busy lives. Everyone has a busy life, but... How you doing? What's that? You have a dog with you? No, I don't. No, I'm shooting a video for YouTube. I'm shooting a video for YouTube. I'm not talking to myself. I'm crazy, but not that crazy. Have a good one. Actually, I do talk to myself, but that's besides the point. Very impressive structure, though. I don't know if you get a look at that guy and his dog, but cute dog. Oh, this says pole 6. Pole number 6. Bell Atlantic. Bell Atlantic. Is that even a company anymore? Yeah, this is definitely an old pole. I don't believe that's a company anymore. I think it was merged with another company. So one of the phone companies that came out of the, what's the opposite of a merger? I forget what it's called, but remember when, for those of you who are old enough to remember, the Bell telephone company was separated out into several other countries back in, when was that, late 80s, early 90s? Late 80s, I think. Just look that up. Yeah, you can see my shadow. Oh my god, I'm not that skinny. But yeah, what I wanted to show you guys was that it was very interesting the way the path, the official path, mind you, with a sign and everything, comes right through here, and then temporarily stops looking like a path, and it's just over the mowed grass that people who own this building are still mowing. It makes it suddenly feel like you're trespassing, even though this is where the trail is, so surely at this particular moment I'm not. But yeah, it doesn't even look like a trail, it just cuts through the back of that abandoned building. Let's continue on. So yeah, this is another one of those bushes I was telling you about, or showed you from a distance before, but see, they're not really, they're almost trees now, but no doubt at one point they were well manicured bushes back here in the back, especially these pine needle ones. I don't know what species that is, but very interesting how big they've gotten. Nature reclaiming. When left to its own devices, nature will always reclaim. I don't know if you can hear the birds chirping in those bushes. Oh, it's a house. Oh, I think that's on the other side of the river. Yeah, we're going to be coming up on a river soon. I'll show it to you when we get there. I don't know if you can see that house. And we're on the other side again. The building. Maybe we'll get closer to it again just before we go down that path. One thing I notice, a lot of people who do exploring videos, they tend to rush through areas they go to. They tend to go to an area, and for the most part, they'll just do one video of it. It's just a few minutes long, or 10-15 minutes tops, and then they'll move on to the next place, which, that's fine, that's their style, but I like to take my time. I figure I'll break this up into as many parts as necessary, part 1, part 2, part whatever, not just here, but anywhere, until I feel I've sufficiently covered an area so you guys can get a true feel of the layout. Even though I was wrong about the lights being on, I could have sworn another time that I came here that it was later in the night and I did see lights on in there, so I'm not too sure if it's still wired. But you can see some more tubing. Tubing is much bigger, much bigger. Look at this. What's that say? My only love. Cute. But yeah, those big tubing as opposed to the little ones we saw. Various sizes they made, apparently. We won't be going in that particular area at this moment. I want to go back on that path. Almost done with part 2 though. I'm trying to make each segment around 10 minutes or just over. This seems like a pretty good length. I like to watch videos that are around that length, and plus I read somewhere that it's like an ideal length video for if you're using AdSense, which I haven't started yet, I just started, but eventually I'd like to have that, and maybe YouTube will put a couple ads on my videos. Give me a few cents here and there. Alright, well, we're at the 10-minute mark, so this is a good place to end part 2.